Look, if you just decided to pick up a guitar and learn it all by yourself and being a self-taught guitarist, you need to know where to start from and where to go next. One of the most frustrating and hardest challenges that self-taught guitarists faces is this, that they don't know where to start from and where to go. In terms of guitar skill and technique and music theory, they don't know the basics, intermediate, and advanced by order. So I made a tier list for you, 100% complete. All the things that you need to look out for and learn is in the tier list. So I'm gonna walk you through the tier list and tell you some details on each theory and skill I pass on. Alright, welcome back. By the way, you may not know me, but I'm Dave. I'm a professional player and a guitar teacher. So I have a tier list here, but you may notice that it's all text because I wanted to be specific. I couldn't do it with images. I wanted to write down everything for you and put them from the basics to the advanced. So we have three categories in terms of being hard. So here's the thing, this is the most complete guide that you can get on how to learn guitar step by step, because not only it contains guitar skills, but it contains music theory as well. Alright, so let's go through them. So the first thing you want to learn is how to read tabs. Pretty simple thing, you need to know how to read tabs so you can play songs. Then you need to understand metronome. Metronome is a tool that plays beats for us. Pretty important to learn them for a guitarist or other musicians as well. Then we have time signatures, pretty relatable with the rhythms and how you can operate better and play better and have more dynamics on your playing. Then we have the basics of right and left hand. What do I mean by that is like how you should do your fingering. For example, the left hand, your thumb must be straight back in the neck and it must be aligned with your first and second finger here. And maybe for the right hand, how to hold the pick, the tip that you have to move your right hand only from the wrist for picking motion. This is what I mean by the basics. Then we have the guitar positions. How do you sit with your guitar? You could use a guitar footstool. We have different positions on how to sit with the guitar. Major and minor scales. Two of the most important scales in music. Intervals, basics. What are intervals and how we use them to shape scales and chords. Understanding frequency. What is frequency? How does it change? For example, if the string gauge goes high, how does it affect the frequency? If the length of the string gets more or gets less, how does it affect frequency? Learning all notes, durations, and rests. For example, the 8th note, 16th note, and all the durations that you can think of, and the rests. Learning how to count with metronome is kind of related to learning the notes durations, and you can just combine these two together. Learning pentatonic scale, one of the most important scales that guitarists use. Learning the blues scales, one of the most used and important. Amazing for rock licks. Understanding the root of scales and how they can be moved. When you learn major and minor scales, you will learn that these scales have a root note and these scales have a pattern. If you move this pattern to a different place in the fretboard, for example, from here to here, the root will change, so it will change the key of the scale. In time, you will know what I'm talking about. Definition of melody, harmony, and chords. Harmony and chords are kind of related, and you can say they are the same thing, but not at the same time. Then we have the theory of triad chords. The triad chords are the most basic form of the chords that you must learn, like A minor, A major, E minor, E major, and so on. How to hold a pick is actually related to basics of the right hand, knowing about different parts of the guitar. So why do we need to know about this is like how we can use our pickups and the pickup selector to get the most optimal sound for the genre or for the thing that we are playing in the different section, and for the maintenance of our guitar. So learn about truss rod, we learn about guitar saddles and how to adjust the action strings height from the fretboard so we can maintain our guitar ourselves. Learning how to work with Guitar Pro application. Guitar Pro is an amazing tool for your guitarists. I'm using this for 10 years and it helps me tremendously. I tell my students to download this app and use it. Some of my teachings are based on this app. It helps you so much. So if you don't have it, go ahead and learn how to use it for your optimized learning. Basics of amplifiers. So you need to know some basics. What does the bass knob do? Middle, what is middle? What is trip? What is presence? What is gain? And we have palm muting technique, power chords, how to warm up hands. You need to learn how to warm up your hands, left hand and right. Don't just learn the left hand warm up, also learn how to warm up your right hand. Learning notes on the fretboard. So you might ask, do I need to know the notes on my fretboard? Yes, you do. Try to learn it in a way that is not just memorizing, and knowing the notes on the fretboard is very important, especially when we get into the scales chords and want to know which notes to use. So you need to locate the notes on the fretboard that you want to use. We have hammer on and pull off, alternative picking. Man, this one is really important. Lots of shredding comes from alternate picking, so it's tricky. It's really like boundless actually. There's no ceiling for this technique. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Then we have bend. Bend is a technique that forms electric guitar identity. We have slides. Slides are cool as well. And then we have vibrato. Vibrato, same as bends, are pretty important and one of the most saturated techniques in electric guitar. Let's jump into the intermediate section, understanding different rhythms. When you try to learn different time signatures, you will understand that we have rhythms based on these time signatures, and you will learn what a rhythm is. Using triplet fills, it will help you make your song more dynamic. Learning chord progression and practicing. What do I mean by that? Chord progression is really important and really cool. Practicing is to practice your creativity. So when you learn how to make a chord progression, you go and practice like how you can actually make a chord progression that it's fun for you. Learning chords with more than 3 notes. So you see in the basic section I told you theory of triad chords. Triad chords are consisted of 3 notes only. So chords with more than 3 notes and sound is considered chords with 4 tones, like 7th chords. Learning chord inversion makes your chords very dynamic and more fun to play and more ways to use them. How to make a riff with chord progression. You learn chord progression here, then you try to make some riffs based on chord progressions that you make. How to make melodies, learning blues, the progressions, which chords to use, how you can make your progressions more dynamic, how to improvise, and I have it here, how to improvise, actually very tied to the blues. Learning song structures, how we can make a verse, how we can make a chorus, intro. Harmonic minor and melodic minor, 2 variations of natural minor scale, which are pretty damn cool. Basics of tapping. Getting into the tapping, learn how to use them and what licks can you play with them. Mixing techniques, how to record your guitar, how to use compressor, EQ, and so on. Double bends, pinch harmonics, natural harmonics. And pinch harmonics is actually really cool, but here's the thing, you must use pinch harmonics with vibrato or bend to make it sound actually cool. Tremolo picking, finger style, whammy bar techniques, 2 and 3 string sweep picking. Sweep picking is actually can be kind of hard, but when you get used to it, it's really cool and really easy to do and play. How to clean up your play, this is very important, guys. What I mean by this is when you use distortion and overdrive, your sound tend to be dirty and get out of control and bleed into each other. In this intermediate section of the guitar playing, you must focus and make your play be really clean when you're using distortion or overdrive, and try not to mess up your sound. Muting your sounds using your left and right hand, maybe using a fret wrap. Learning all the pentatonic positions. We are going to go to the advanced section, but before we do that, you see in intermediate section I told you about learning chord progressions, mixing techniques, how to make melodies, how to make riffs. You try to learn music theory. It is to help you make stuff and understand better. Music theory serves the purpose of composing and creating. If you don't want to create, remove all the music theory, keep basic theory, but remove intermediate and advanced theory. Just go learn the skills, alright? Theory is in the purpose of creating. That's why I mentioned how to make melodies, how to make riffs, how to use chord progressions. In the advanced section, I highly encourage you to learn the music theory that helps you create and compose, and get into creating stuff and recording your own ideas. We have all mods of major like Dorian, Phrygian, so on. We learn them on how to we can make more sounds, more dynamic, and make more stuff with it. Page system. Page system is one of the most important stuff to learn your fretboard. It helps you tremendously to learn all the fretboard and how to connect your fretboard, the whole fretboard. I'm sorry for the language, but the whole fretboard, you can just connect them with this cage system and learn all the notes using this cage. Really optimized concept of release and tension. When you get into creating stuff, you must know the techniques to make your songs more catchy, more interesting. You can search it up, see what you get. We have economy picking and hybrid picking, advanced stuff, pick tilt in alternative picking. You can search pick tilt. Pick tilt is like, let me show you. So you see it's my pick, all right? I pick it like this. And then if I do this, then pick, or maybe do this, then pick, it is the pick tilt. So the tilt of my pick can be downwards and upwards. Then we have 4 and 5 string sweep picking. We have legato. We have double hand tapping. Double hand tapping, I mean 8 finger tapping. All right, using your 8 fingers here. How to make songs. How to form your song structure. How song structures are made. Get some idea. Get inspired to make songs. Work with DAW. It's really important because you want to create your stuff and record them, have a demo, and then mix them. So you need to choose a DAW. What is a DAW? Is digital audio workstation. You actually, it's like Adobe Premiere. In this, we edit sounds, we work with music. Choose a DAW, learn how to use it and optimize it, and you can record your songs. How to record and mix. There are some tips on how to record your guitar. Let's say you are recording some mellow music. You want to know some tip on heavy guitars recording, how to record to get that fat, massive sound. There are some tips on that. I actually made some videos. Here is the card. Learn the different genres and how to compose them. Alright guys, I hope that this list helps you. I put a link of this tier list description so you can just access this and have it for yourself. I assure you, you can start your journey with the ease of mind that the list is complete. If this video was helpful, please make sure to hit the like and leave a comment on what you think. Did I miss something? If you want to add something to the list, just tell me in the comments. And if you don't want to miss educational videos like this, make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out these videos. See you in the next video. Take care.